You guys, tomorrow I'm finally leaving and heading back out on the road. I feel like I have a little bit of explaining to do. There has been one main thing that's been worrying me about full-time van life, and I'm going to be getting into that a little bit later in the video. However, that one thing is what's caused me to have such a long break between Baja and now. However, I've made a decision that I am never going to know unless I get out there and try. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. When I get off work, I'm heading out on the road, and unlike all of my other trips in the past, this particular trip, I have no set time of when I'm coming back to Oklahoma. So this could very well be the beginning of full-time van life for me. I know there's been a lot of people asking me if I plan to do van life full-time, and that is the goal. I've just been a little bit worried about it, and starting tomorrow, I'm going to be facing those worries head on. Good morning, everybody. It is currently a little bit after 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm very close to the Mountain Time Zone, so it'll be going back an hour here shortly. I slept in longer than I wanted to. I guess I needed it. Last night I drove until about 1 a.m. I wanted to drive all the way to a town called Canorado. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. There was a rest stop there that I was going to stop at. However, I was getting tired last night, so I decided to stop at this rest stop, which is about 40 miles away from where I intended to stay, so not too bad. But today I'm making my way on into Colorado. I should be at the border of Kansas and Colorado in about an hour. Wait, stop for just a second. For those of you that have commented in the past worried about whether I wear my seatbelt or not, yes, I absolutely do wear my seatbelt. Now back to the video. Good morning, everybody. So I finally made it to Leadville. I got here yesterday, and this area is so beautiful. When I got here, I didn't pick up the camera or anything. I just relaxed and enjoyed it. I went for a walk this morning and kind of checking the place out, and there are so many beautiful dispersed camping areas around here that are completely free. I looked it up and it looks like I can stay here for at least 14 days, so I'm gonna make the best of it. I think I'm gonna pack up and head to the lake. There's a lake called Turquoise Lake, not too far from here, and I think I'm gonna get my paddleboard out and go enjoy it. I'm not too worried about leaving this spot and somebody else taking it because there's so many beautiful spots out here. I can just pick another one when I get back. I have definitely got to invest in an electric air pump. So I don't plan on standing up on this paddleboard because it's pretty windy out, and the last thing I want to do is fall in this freezing cold water. So the wind is blowing, so I'm sorry if you can hear that on the camera. Today probably wasn't the best day to come out paddleboarding. The current's pretty strong and the wind's picked up. It's pretty sunny, but there's a lot of clouds in the sky, so it's pretty cool out here as well. And this water is very cold. However, it's beautiful out here, so I'm just gonna sit out here and enjoy it for a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna go hike. There's a hike pretty close to here, so I think I'm gonna run up there and go for a hike. Alright, so I have my paddleboard put up and I'm about to head over to do my hike. However, I wanted to sit down and talk to you all a little bit about what's worrying me so much with full-time van life. I've mentioned several times before that I do have a full-time job, and when I'm out traveling, I do need to be able to find places that I can sit all day and work. And that's what's kept me from getting out there and doing this. However, I've been doing some research on the app iOverlander, and there's some other apps that I've been looking at, and I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've decided to just go do it and see what happens. There's a couple of things that I need to figure out. I have already tested my electrical system, but not while I've been out on the road. So I need to make 100% sure that my electrical system is big enough to support me working Monday through Friday. When I was in Baja, it wasn't a huge deal. In January, I took a lot of vacation time. And then in February, when I was working Monday through Friday, it was pretty much sunny every day, and we didn't have a problem finding places to park so that I could work throughout the week. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult here because I have to take into consideration how much solar I'm getting. So where I'm camped at now, I won't get enough solar because I'm in a bunch of trees. So I have to have wide open space so that I have enough solar to power everything, my TV that I'm using as a computer monitor, and my computer. And then I've also got the Starlink that I've got to set up so that I can have internet to work. Where I'm at now, I've put it out and I have gotten service, so it will work in trees just as long as it has some direct line of sight to the sky. So that's not going to be as big of an issue as the solar. I'm thinking I may have to add one more battery to my electrical system, but I'm just going to test it out and see what happens. If I need to buy a new battery, I can save up money and get that later. But now I'm going to go ahead and get started on my hike. The landscape in this area is unbelievable, so I'm expecting this hike to be very beautiful. Alright, so today is a much better day to go hiking rather than going paddleboarding. It's starting to warm up a little bit, but it's still pretty windy. But it's not that big of a deal because I plan on being in Colorado for a while, so I'm sure there's going to be several opportunities for me to go paddleboarding. Well, I think this is where I'm going to end it this week. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I still have so much more of Colorado to check out. I've never been here before, so I want to see as much of this state as I possibly can. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you all next Thursday.